You are by far the most excruciating, difficult, stubbornly obnoxious woman I've ever met in my entire life. I fucking love you. My professional answer to this question, I can't. That's not a yes or no thing.
Take your time.
I'd say Malcolm, for one, has no movie without Marie. Which is what our argument was about. Maybe he doesn't even he can't find his voice without Marie. Marie plans these little traps and these landmines for him to go off or to step on and explode. You see him go crazy. And I think he knows that, and he wants to be led into that because that's where some great ideas come out of, which makes his movies good, or at least the movie he's done, or his writing good. She also questions, like, what do you really draw from? I'm actually living in this world. I really have gone through some real things. What have you actually experienced? You take from other people. There could be some truth to that. Maybe not. I mean, the fact that she said it on that night, on a celebratory night, means that she's gaslighting him. And this what gets him going, which is maybe when he's the best at what he does with the pen. Maybe that's when he's at his most creative. Personally, I don't think, for me, confrontation brings the best out of me. It can bring some great things out of me, but I don't think it does. I think peace, hikes, calmness, quietness, stillness, spiritual research really helps bring the best out of me. So I don't know if this movie will answer that question.
A little bit, I have an anxiety since the critic that, has on the journalist at the first part of the movie. So I just wanted to ask you this without being like the LA reporter.
No, please ask away. This is it. The whole thing. Not to cut you off, but this is the discussion needs to happen. The talk. We need to get specific. So go ahead, ask away anything.
And I just wanted to know, in your opinion, it's a really good reflection of Hollywood on both sides. From a part, there is like some director and actors that do movie just for themselves. In which category do you fit? Do you do heart for the others or for yourself?
Oh. Good question. You're coming with it today. I'll be honest. The Malcolm and Marie, because of the pandemic, because of the circumstance, didn't know if I'd ever work again because of what the business was going to look like. I selfishly wanted to do this. This was for me. This was to be able to collab with some people I really wanted to work with. I didn't even know if anybody was going to see it. I didn't know Netflix was going to pick it up. I just knew I want to say these words with these people. I want to put this is something I have to do. Like, I want to be on stage one day. I have to go to Broadway. I have to do a play. That's for me. That's not for any notoriety. That's not for credit. That's not for prestige or recognition. That is a personal thing. So maybe all of them are like, this is just because maybe it's always personal and selfish because I love what I do. So maybe that's selfish, that I love acting, so I want to act. So maybe it all is selfish. But what movies did for me was help me with my identity, help me with self-esteem. It helped me, even when I get to judge people on screen, I feel better about myself. So people can judge Malcolm all day long when they see this. That's good. Good, judge him. You're nothing like that, or are you? That's all fun. That's all a part of the storytelling experience.
This one is a little bit easier question. One of the things that I really, really love is that the movie is so honest. And since I'm doing the interview in my kitchen and I'm Italian, the mac and cheese scene, I think it's really, authentic and honest. And because when we think about Hollywood star, everybody thinks, fancy dinner, fancy party. What was the crazy food that you had after a premiere? Was mac and cheese?
Oh, I gotta say, I'm no different from the usual Hollywood stuff. It's usually no. You know what? I got back from the Golden Globes and we had some fried chicken and like French fries or something like that. Yeah, so that I've done that, which was delicious. That was great. But mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, but not store bought. I prefer homemade, like from my mother. Homemade mac and cheese. But it was funny because on that scene, I was trying to be as sexy as I could. I was in shape. I have, Zendaya, who looks great. So I tried to be as sexy as I could be. And he made me eat like 8 bowls of that stuff. And then we'd always end with me going out, like waking up from bed with my shirt off. I was like, mad, like, Sam, how am I supposed to be sexy with 8 bowls of mac and cheese in my stomach, So we went and had a nice fun back and forth about that. But never again will I'm eating that kind of mac and cheese. I did it for the art.
The art. But you look sexy, by the way, so don't worry.
Thanks.